Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations FAO and the Fisheries Ministry, among other stakeholders, organized a workshop to provide more information about the FISH4AC project in the Gambia on Thursday. FISH4AC is an initiative of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States contributing to food and nutrition security, economic prosperity and job creation. Details in this report.
Funded by the European Union and the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, FISH4ACP seeks to enhance the productivity and competitiveness of the mangrove oyster value chain in the Gambia to improve food security for rural communities. The participants are expected to develop an understanding of the value chain and to ensure the commitment of the actors and stakeholders of the oyster value chain in the Gambia in a participatory and inclusive way. Speaking at the opening ceremony, the FAO country representative, Ms. Mosibodi Rampende, underscored the significance of the FISH4ACP project while noting the program will focus on the oyster value chain in the small West African nation.
The FISH4ACP program promotes sustainable development of fisheries. It puts emphasis on the value of aquaculture value chains in the ACP countries. And this is most welcome. For the Gambia, we will be focusing on the oyster value chain. In the Gambia, oysters are harvested in an artisanal manner by women. This sector engages about 1,000 women spread over the entire production chain, from harvesting to marketing and processing. Oysters are an important source of protein and micronutrients for a large number of Gambians and do generate important income for the women from the West Coast to the Tanbi National Wetland Park, among others.
The European Union ambassador to the Gambia also expressed delight for the commencement of the FISH4ACP program. The EU diplomat said the project will widen the economic benefits of different stakeholders, especially women in the oyster sector.
We are talking about economic development. This is giving a livelihood and more employment opportunities to families and communities. We are talking about protection of the environment, exploiting the mangrove ecosystem's potential without destroying its long-term benefit for the Gambian population. We are talking about women empowerment. This is collecting and selling oysters that make it possible for Gambian women to increase their revenues and to gain a well-deserved, stronger position in the Gambian society. We do intend to improve the value chain and the daily working and living conditions of women and men collecting, processing and selling oysters.
Honorable James Gomez, Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources, commended FAO and partners for launching FISH4ACP in the Gambia. He highlighted measures initiated by his ministry to boost fishing activities.
The ministry has managed to successfully put in place all the required tools to provide for the appropriate fisheries and aquaculture development management and regulation. Having developed a fisheries policy, a fisheries and aquaculture strategy and action plan, legislated a Fisheries Act and fisheries regulation. Even though these tools have expired but currently under review, have provided an enabling environment to properly guide, direct, and administer, manage, and regulate fisheries, aquaculture, and related aquatic resources.
Fisheries and aquaculture are growing in most African countries, the Caribbean, and the Pacific. However, growth has been slow and benefits do not always reach communities that rely on them for their livelihoods. FISH4ACP is a 5-year program that aims to tackle some of the underlying challenges to sustainable fisheries and aquaculture. Reporting for Africa News, I am Amadou Kante.